Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tips Day, as we all know. If you've been watching these, we're on number whatever. We're closing in on 100. We have a big party when we get to number 100. Today, I have some tips from Mel and one from Dawn. And then I've got some extra ones we'll do next. Oh, God. Got tips from Dave and Charlie V. So that'll be next week. I'll save you the pain of Dave's tip till next week. And if we get through these quickly, they don't look like they're too long, but as always, I have not read them. So if we get through them quick, I got a couple of my own I jotted down earlier as I was thinking to myself. Because all I do is think about cruising. All right. Firstly, from my good Canadian friend Mel, let's see what we got here. Hi, Mick. I have 2 tips for you. Neither are as detailed as Scott's. We just did them last week or the week before. Use them or not. I choose use them. Why would I not? You took the time to send them to me, even if they're not the greatest, which I'm sure they will be. We're going to use them. And then when I say not the greatest, that doesn't mean a thing. They're always good. But, you know, I read these out loud. I react. And if I have my own opinion on them, I will give it. And whatever. Doesn't mean they're bad tips. I'm just giving my side of the story. Nobody's wrong. Nobody is wrong. Unless your name's Dave. All right, here we go. Number 1. If sharing a cabin, or even if solo, I bring an extra packing cube or a small folding storage box to keep assorted stuff contained in a cupboard. By assorted stuff, that could be pencils I inevitably keep from trivia. Faith. I can't say faith. If I have TH and an F in the same word, it's almost like a slur. I can't do it. Faith. I try and do, like, if there's 2 Fs, 50. I still try and do the first F as a TH. And thief. Apologise, I can't do TH and Fs in the same word. It's really hard for me. Where was I? I inevitably keep from trivia, whatever it was, trivia sheets, pins, receipts, etc. I used one on my last cruise and it was very helpful for me. I hate clutter on the desk or counters, and keeping everything tucked away makes it easier for the stateroom attendant to clean the room. Good start. Good start, Mel. Love that tip. I wish I was that neat. We tend to have so much stuff. I prefer to call mine an organized mess on the table. Here's my viewpoint is that when the stateroom steward comes in, and we always have them come in the evening, all he or she is really doing is cleaning the bed and putting a towel animal out. So I can clutter it up as much as I want. I agree with Mel a lot more than I agree with mine on that one. But we have so much stuff lying around. And you know, a packing cube, aren't they flat? Oh, we bring packing cubes. We bring them galore. I couldn't recommend them enough. Because we'll get the packing cubes, we'll bring them, and as stuff's done, we'll put them dirty stuff in a packing cube when it's full, is ready to go. So, yeah, we use them, but wouldn't you want a more solid side, I guess? Some of them have solid sides. I don't know. Who am I? Great first tip, Mel. Although, you know what? If I had it, and I would put my clutter in, I would have so much clutter in one, I wouldn't be able to find anything in the packing cube. I'd have to have a packing cube. I'd have to have one big packing cube, and I'd have to have little sections within the packing cube for different things that I could put in there. Otherwise, it would just be one giant, you know what, cluster or whatever you call it. But that's just me. Number 2, regarding shore excursions. I'm holding my breath. Because you know me and shore excursions with Carnival, I don't do them. Let's see what Mel has to say. Could be controversy on the way. Let's see. I know it can be cheaper. Oh, here we go. There's a but coming. To do non-cruise line excursions. But, here we go. For me, when I'm traveling solo, I like the convenience and safety factor of doing a carnival excursion. If I fail to show up near onboard time, the cruise crew will know roughly where I am. And I should have added, and the ship will wait is what you meant to say, but you didn't put on there. So, listen. I've done whole videos on this. I'm not going to get into it and make Mel feel bad on the first time, because I don't disagree with what you're saying. A lot of people like that comfort level. All I will say is that I never do carnival excursions. Well, I shouldn't say never. I don't do carnival excursions unless I have no choice. Almost all of the tour companies now put a back to ship guarantee. And I make sure when I get on that tour that they know what time the ship is leaving, and I give myself an hour and a half, 2 hour window of getting back. Now, we were recently in Dominica, and we were back only about 45 minutes before the last time. We were supposed to be back an hour and a half, but there was an accident on the way, so we got stuck in a little bit of traffic. But there was also Carnival people behind us, because I saw the Carnival towers. So I know that Carnival wouldn't leave. And they're not going to, if the back on board time is 5:30 and you're not back at 5:30, they're not going to shut the doors at 5:30. They're going to give you a little bit of time. And if you're with a tour company, they will call people in the port and let the ship know that you're there. So I've never heard of anybody being left behind that was on a private tour. It's more people that went and did their own thing and got drunk or whatever, that sometimes that happens to. Hey, I'm not saying that's right, could be wrong. But also, and this is an example I give a lot, when we go to Puerto Rico in San Juan, we often do a walking food tour. And this is nothing to do with get back to the ship on time. This is about the carnival excursions themselves. So we showed up, and we've done it twice, and both times we have been the only people on the tour. So we got a private food tour. That's not saying that's always going to happen, but we've been lucky, I guess. Now, Carnival wouldn't do the tour if there's only 2 people, they'd cancel it. But we were walking around this tour, and there's a big group of like 20, 25 people walking the other way. And our tour guide says, "You see that group over there?" I says, "Yeah." So that's the Carnival food tour with our company. There was, I forget, it was about 25 people, she said. And they're also going to 2 restaurants less than we are going to, because Carnival takes such a big cut. As a tour company, we have to cut back on the tour, so we can't give you as much on the tour as we would if you booked with us, right? So, just food for thought. Food. Oh my God. That wasn't even in the same word. Food for thought. Food for thought. F's and TH's, people. F's and TH's. They are not my friend. They are not my friend. But yes, again, not saying that's a bad tip. A lot of people will definitely agree with you on that one. I'm just giving you my opinion, the opposite side. So don't take it personal. Lee. If I think of more tips, I'll send them along. Please do, Mel, please do. I love tips. Then there's no such thing as a bad one. Controversial ones, not a bad one. And now I have Dawn Edwards, to be precise, who sent me a simple message. I'd actually read this already because it was like a one-line message. And she actually asked me to do a whole video on this, but, I'm going to summarize it here because I think it's good enough here. Stop stealing door decorations. So I did it with a stern face. Why do people have to do this? It happened to I was going to say good friends, Dave and Samantha, but Dave's my tip nemesis. Happened to Dave and Samantha. I love Samantha. Dave, I jest. We're good friends. I like to mess with Dave. But they went on a European cruise and had this really nice door decoration, and someone stole it. Now Dawn was on the Venezia cruise with us last week, and someone stole it. I believe she was on the Venezia cruise with us last week. So many people on there, I lost track of it. It was on a cruise. I don't know. Whatever cruise Dawn was on, someone stole a door decoration. Not acceptable. People, not acceptable. Why? Why do you feel the need to do this? It's becoming one of my pet peeves. I did a video of 10 things that annoy me about people on the cruise ship, and that's one of them, should be. And that's ad number 11. Rewatch the video, and imagine I did number 11, Stop stealing door decorations. What's the point? You can't use them on the same cruise. Are you storing them for a future one? And very often they're applicable to that specific cruise only. Sad, sad people. That's all I can do, Dawn. If I'd made that into an entire video, I would have got really angry and said something I might regret. Although I do that all the time. It is what it is. All right, so we do that. Now, yeah, so that's that. I'm going to give you one of my extra ones. Yes, we'll do this one. Try and avoid, when you cruise, getting a cabin with a connecting stateroom if you don't want to be next to somebody you know. And I think I've said this before, but it's come up a few times in the last couple of weeks. Because there's a door. And the door's not a solid wall. There's a gap. So you tend to hear a lot more noise coming from that cabin into yours. Like if they turn the TV on early in the morning, or they're talking somewhat loud, come back having drunk like 15 red stripes in a day, and the other person's drunk several Malibu and pineapples, Bailey's on the rocks, and some deal closers, and you're happy, and you tend to talk a bit louder than you normally would. Just noise in general. You're going to have much more chance of hearing that if you have a connecting stateroom because of the gap around the door than on a solid wall. Is it a big deal? You be the judge. But I would always recommend when you're booking a room, and I can make sure that doesn't happen for you because I know what to look for. So you can let me book it for you. But if you see that little kind of diamondy thing on the floor plan, that means it's a connecting stateroom. Right between the two cabins, you'll see a diamondy thing there. That means it's a connecting stateroom. Avoid them if you can, would be my recommendation. Simple, right? Okay. So thanks, Mel. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, me, for the tips this week. If you haven't subscribed, and we did finally pass 2,000. I'm still a baby channel. Still a very baby channel, you know. I will tell you a little story about one of the top people, and I think I may have said this the other week, but it still irks me, so I'm going to say it again. So I was on a cruise. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say who I'm talking about. But one of the top people in the vlogs was on there. I did tell this story because I remember somebody made a comment and I said no comment. But anyway, I'm going to tell it again because I'm still about it. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, literally, on this channel. And very well-known people. And they were on the cruise with me. And I just went up and introduced myself. I said, hi, I'm Mick. I have a very small channel. I appreciate what you do. I handed them my card and I guess in the back of my mind, I might have been thinking, wow, they must be really cool people. And if they mention me, I might get a few more subscribers. I don't know. Not that it really matters, but that was in the back of my mind. Most importantly, I just wanted to say hi, introduce myself, and maybe have a chat with another vlogger, get some tips, some ideas, share, learn something. Because they've been doing it a lot longer than I have. And massive channels, very successful. Couldn't have been ruder to me. I mean, wouldn't give me the time of day. Literally took my card, put it in a pocket, and turned the back on me. For the rest of the cruise, every time I saw them, I tried making conversation 2 or 3 more times. In the end, I just gave up. Because they would see me walk in, and they would turn and look the other way. I'm like, I'm no threat to you. I'm this little baby channel out there just trying to help people out, give them some tips and advice. And you're already at the top of the thing. You're already cruising for free and stuff and whatever. So I don't know. I will never be like that. If I ever see another vlogger or I see a cruiser and they want to come up and talk to me, have a drink with me, chat with me or anything, I will never be, I'm better than you or have that attitude. So know that if you ever see me on a cruise, please come up and say hello, have a drink with me, share some ideas with me. I'm no better than anybody else. These people really thought they were above everybody else on that ship. And it was really sad. Even I saw them in karaoke. And there wasn't many people in the karaoke room. And I sat here, they walk in, they'd sit somewhere else. They wouldn't even come up and talk to me, which was, I don't know, still irks me a little bit. How rude. How rude could you be? Never ever going to tell you who it was or what ship it was. But just be aware, not all vloggers are nice. That's all I'm going to say. I'm nice. And with that, vent over. I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.